Hey guys, it's Razer, and welcome to episode 17 of my Let's Play. Well, we've got this nice power plant started over here, but we have one problem. Uh, we're not supplying enough power. Uh, the engines that we have are just not producing enough to keep up, which we pretty much knew from the last episode that 4 of them probably weren't going to be enough. But the biggest problem we have is we have no fuel. Iron tank is empty. These engines have about a half a tank in them, and we've got no saplings over here either. So we need to remedy that. So to get saplings, I'm going to get started by starting with some railcraft stuff. And those of you familiar with Steve's carts probably know kind of the direction I'm going to head. And what I decided to do was, instead of building that blast furnace here, I'm going to build a coke oven instead. Coke oven's going to help us get started with railcraft. And to do that, I've already collected a bunch of sand and bricks and put them in this pattern here, and you get the coke oven brick. And we're going to need quite a few of these. I think we're going to need 26 if my calculations are right, and I hope I have enough stuff to do it. 26, there we go. So let's go put this thing together. It should be just a 3x3, and it's 3x3 on top and bottom, and then you leave one space right in this very center. So one airspace there, and you fill in the rest of this. There we go. Coke oven. Right click that, and basically you have your fuel source over here, and what's gonna be created here is creosote oil, and right here will be coal coke. So to get it started, we need about a stack of coal. There we go. So there we go. It'll burn coal, produce coal coke, and creosote. Creosote we can use to create rails a little later on. It takes a little while to get creosote going. That's why I want to get it started now. But we can go ahead and get started on Steve's carts. And to do that, first thing we're going to need is a cart assembler. And I've already started looking it up here. And right here's the cart assembler, and it's not too bad. It's just some stone, some iron, and these PCBs. PCBs are made like this. Redstone, iron, and gold in the middle. And we need 2 of those. Let's see, redstone. What was it? So iron in the corners. Gold and redstone. So iron in the corners. Gold. Redstone. And we need 2 of them. And then we need some stone, which I think I have over here. And it was something like... Okay, so basically, got a V shape with the iron. This and the 2 PCBs get us the cart assembler. The cart assembler doesn't need any kind of buildcraft power or anything, so I'm just going to put it right here with these other ones. And if we open up the interface, take a look, it's pretty complex looking, but it's not too bad. Basically, with Steve's carts, you just build your cart however you want it, and you start out with a hull. You put some engines in it, attach a tool, some additional attachments, storage, and add-ons. And all of those are listed in NEI. Just gonna backspace here, and if you go look all the way to the end, I'm going to go reverse here. You'll see all of these guys here, these carts modules that you can place in your carts, most of them. So what I want to do is I want to build a tree farm with Steve's carts, and the way we're going to do that is to build a cart that has this woodcutter on it, and I'm just going to build a fairly simple cart with a woodcutter and maybe a solar. Let's see, do I want a solar engine? Yeah, I might put a solar engine on there, maybe a basic one or something, and maybe a coal engine. It can run totally on coal or solar, but if you put solar, of course, at night it's not going to run. The engine, the coal engine, and there's a couple of different coal engines. There's the regular coal engine up here. This tiny coal engine, I guess it's a little bit less efficient or whatever. But anyway, it can also run on coal coke. So coal coke is pretty good stuff. It's got a lot more power than standard coal. And if you look at coal here, it produces 3.2K heat, and coal coke 6.4K heat. So it's quite a bit of difference. And our coke oven over there is going to be producing it. So I may go ahead and put a solar panel in there anyway, just to conserve on coal power, because I don't know how fast we're going to get it and how much coal it's going to burn through. I also know that it can burn other fuel sources, like it can burn the wood that it's actually collecting. So there's that to keep in mind too. It's pretty cool stuff. But first we need to get started with a hull. And the hulls are here. They're wooden, there's standard, and there's reinforced. There's basically almost nothing you can do with a wooden hull. This doesn't have enough slots and capacity to it. The standard hull is built like this, just iron and some iron wheels. And the standard hull can hold a decent amount of attachments, and I think it can have up to 3 engines, and it just can't be too complex. So I'm going to go with this standard hull, and let's build the wheels first. So just some sticks and some iron. So we have enough stuff to do that over here. Some sticks, piece of iron, and we need 2 of those. And then the rest was just iron, wasn't it? No, there's more to it. Oh, more iron. Okay, so there's our standard hull. We take that and put it in the cart assembler. Put it up here in this little hull slot. It'll open up and you'll get to see what all kinds of stuff it can take. So it can take up to 3 engines, a tool, all whole, let's see, 6 attachments, 4 storage slots, and then all the add-ons. Now, you won't be able to put everything in this type of cart because there's also a complexity cap. So even though it can hold all of these different things, as far as the capacity goes, the complexity can't be too high either. So that's kind of a little bit complicated, but not really. For what we're going to do with the woodcutter, it's not going to be bad at all. So what I'm going to do is probably do some of this off camera because there's quite a few pieces to it. The woodcutter itself, let me just, it's hard to find that way. Let me just go back and look here. The woodcutter here, I'll probably put the woodcutter, like I said, the tiny coal engine maybe, and maybe a basic solar panel, solar engine. which is not too bad. Just another one of those PCBs, iron, piston, and a solar panel, which is just redstone, glowstone, and iron. So all the components are pretty easy to build and don't require a whole lot of special stuff. I'll probably build like just a small storage inside, which is right here, internal storage maybe. Now the storage requires these chest panes, which I think is funny name. And it's just basically a bunch of wood to create those. It's 32 of them. So different combinations of those chest panes and stuff create your different types of chests that you can put on the cart for storage. So I'll probably put a woodcutter, one of those chests, an engine, and I don't know, that's probably about it. So let me go build those things off camera real quick, and then I'll show them to you before we put it together, and we'll go ahead and assemble it. Guys, I had to come back on camera for a moment and show you this. Our first piece of gold ore. Our quarry's finally getting down low enough to find some gold, so awesome. I've got to still program the sorter to know how to handle it. So cool. Alright, I got a lot of the Steve's card stuff ready to go. Still got a few more things to put together, so give me just a few more minutes and we'll get it assembled. Okay guys, I think I got enough stuff together here to assemble this cart. We've got our hull already up here. I've created 2 engines, a tiny coal engine and a basic solar engine. This will keep us from having to worry about coal so much. I mean, during the day it'll run off the solar engine and the coal engine whenever it needs to. We've got our woodcutter, which by the way took 5 diamonds. So I actually had 5 diamonds. I couldn't believe it. And then we have our fertilizer. This is not required for this, but it gives you a slot so you can put bone meal in there, and it helps the trees grow faster if you want to. And then I'm just going to use a small storage. It doesn't really need much storage because we're going to offload all that stuff, all the wood and everything, really quick anyway. It doesn't need to store very much. So I think that is everything. And it says over here it's going to take 16 minutes to assemble it. And the way you assemble it is you put some coal in it, and that fuels the actual cart assembler itself, and then you press assemble, and here we go. Now we wait for this progress. 16 minutes. So while that's doing that, let's go do something else. One thing we're going to need when we're out there is a cargo manager. And basically this is just the stop that the cart will take to offload stuff and load up stuff, whatever you need it to do. It's right here. Cargo manager. Takes a bunch of these iron panes. And they're like the wooden panes, except they have some iron in them. As a matter of fact, you start out with the chest panes, the wooden ones. You put a piece of iron in the middle, it gives you 8 of them. And you take 8 of them, you put those, or take 9 of them, put them together, and you get the large ones. And so I've already done that. You got some with redstone. There's quite a bit to it, so I've done that off camera, so you don't have to sit through that. And I've got those ready to go here, so let's just go ahead and build this thing. I think it's something like this. And the dynamic one in the middle, and you got the cargo manager. We'll see what the cargo manager looks like and what it does when we get ready to set up our rail system out there. And if we go look at our coke oven, it's actually doing fairly well. I thought it would be a little bit slower than this, but we've got 6 buckets already. Every 1,000 units is 1 bucket. So 6 buckets already. The way we're going to create the track, Let's see. There's a few things we'll need here. Look at all these different tracks. What we want is just this basic track. We actually want two different kinds. We want the basic track here, which is a wooden rail bed with these standard rails. And the other type of track that we need, and this will go right where the cargo manager is, and that's the advanced detector rail right here. And it's actually even easier to create than the other. So with that plus the 16, actually I think I want to create more than that for those other tracks. This creates 16 of them. 16 is not going to go very far. I think we need a little bit bigger tree farm than that. So what I think I'll do is I'll create 2 sets of them. So we'll have 32. The standard rail itself is made by just putting iron in a rolling machine. You get 8 of them. Or actually you can use bronze, or what else can you use? Steel. Well, if you use steel, you get 16 of them. Refined iron even. That's cool. And then the the wooden rail bed requires these wooden ties, and those require a bucket of creosote oil. So that's why we got to have the coke oven. So that creates 1 tie. So if we want to create 2 sets of these, we're going to need 2 rail beds, which require 4 each. So that's 8 of them. So we're going to need 8 buckets of oil, and we only have 6. So I'm going to sit here and wait for a few more minutes until we have 6, or until we have 8, and we'll come back and create all that stuff in just a moment. All right, guys, I'm over here grabbing our creosote oil. We need 8 of them, right? There we go. So let's make our wooden rail beds. And I think we just need a bunch of these guys. And what else did we need? I don't think it was that way. Was it this way? Yeah, wooden tie. So 1, 2, 3, 6. So we didn't make enough of those. There we go. There's 1. And 2. And I already made the standard rails ahead of time over there at the rolling machine. So there we go, 16 rails, and I didn't have my other in there. All right, 32 of them. Now let's make our detector rail. Okay, advanced detector rail, pressure plates, iron, and redstone, like just 2 of them. So stone pressure plate, I believe. And was it iron? Yeah, advanced detector rails. All right, I think we're just about ready here. Our cart is done, I believe. Yep, it's done, and it's sitting right here. It's pretty cool. You hover over it, tells you exactly, can you see that? Exactly what it is, what you've got in it. So let's go build the track real quick and see if we can get this thing working. I think we got everything we need. I brought a transposer and a timer so that we can get the stuff out. Let's grab a chest real quick. Do I have a chest? I thought I might have had a chest laying around. Well, let's grab a... let's make a wooden chest real quick. And let's go see if we can put this thing together. We've got to figure out where we're going to put it. Actually, let me sleep through the night first. I think it's dark enough. Nope. All right, well, let's go out and look anyway. So, right under there, this area right in here is where our fermenter is. So I'm thinking if we just build this guy here somewhere, we'll be fine. I guess we have to go too far. Take some of these trees down here. So let's start laying this out here. Yeah, let's start right here. It's good enough. So if we go here, and I'm just going to start down this way. Oops. I don't want it that short. It only has to be, I mean, what's going to happen is the cart's going to put trees on either side of the track. So we need 2 spaces in between here. That's all we have to have. We'll need our detector to go here. And then the cargo manager will go right beside it. So this is how it knows where to stop. And then to conserve space, I think I'll just put, let's see, 1. Yeah, all we need to do is that. We don't need to go out any further. So how are we doing on track? Go out as far as we can to get the biggest tree farm we can. It's a pretty good distance. Yeah, 1 left over. Okay, cool. And I don't even think I have to get that tree out of the way. I think it'll clear it. But where did my axe go? There it is. I'll go ahead and clean it out of the way. All right, so we got the cargo manager here. So let's configure it really quick. It's kind of a confusing interface to get used to, but let's check which side it's going to come on. It's going to stop on the red side of the manager. So we want anything we're going to do, we want done on the red side. So I'm going to make both of those red. So what I want to do is tell it transfer anything that's in storage. Anything that's in the storage slots, I want to go into the cargo manager. Anything in storage that can be considered fuel, I want it to be transferred into the engine. Whoops, passed it up. I want it to be transferred into the engine. That way, it can actually use its own wood supply if it needs to power itself. It probably will never need to because I'm going to supply it with plenty of coal coke and stuff like that. Well, I'll keep it in there so it won't have any problems. So let's see if we can get this thing going. Clear our cart down, and there comes the solar panels already. And it's not going to have anything to do yet because I haven't put anything in it. So in the woodcutter, we need to put some saplings. And whoops, it already took off. To do that, I need to go grab some more saplings. Yeah, 2 of them's not going to be enough for it probably. Those go here. And for right now, so I planted those 2, see? So let me just cut these down, give it a few more saplings. You would think as fast as that tree capitator is that I could keep up with those saplings, but no way. Those engines just burn through that stuff. So let's put these in there. Let it plant a few more. And it's running just totally on solar power right now, but I'll go get some of that coal coke in just a second and put it in there. So right now, nothing's happening, of course. Let's see, I can put some fertilizer in there. It goes here, and it just basically melts it away and absorbs it into the insides. So it's just going to keep on going. It's going to plant saplings. As soon as they grow, it's going to chop them down. Really cool little tree farm. It's hard to catch the thing, so you can give it stuff. It should. I wonder if it'll grab those saplings. I don't think so, because I haven't told it that it needs, that can do that. There we go, it found it. Finally grew one tree and should be. Oh, it can't cut it down. And the reason is, how come I can't click on it? Hello. Is it's out of power. So what I can do to get it jump started is just put some wood in there. And as soon as it gets going, put some more of these saplings in. There's another one that's already grown. I guess it'll put them on top of the grass. And well, if I had some more bone meal, I could actually go around and grow some of these, get some more saplings. But you can see it's, oh, keys got stuck. Hold on, why are my keys stuck? Why are my keys stuck? Be right back. Oh, well, there he goes. I don't know, keys got stuck. We're gonna get some cold coke and put in there. Be right back. Okay, guys, I got some cold coke on me, and we'll stick it in here instead of that wood. And why is it stuck? Is it stuck? Nope. It's just a huge tree. What do we got in here? Okay. Doing okay. All right, let's hook up our transposer real quick so that we can grab all that stuff out of there. Basically, if you just hook up a transposer, it'll just pull anything out of the inventory, which is what we want in this case. A lot of times you wouldn't. And I'm just going to put a chest right here and put our timer there. And if I've got this thing the right way, I'll put stuff in the chest. And I might want to set the timer just a little higher than that. 1 second, I'll be fine. So trees are growing pretty quick. I mean, it's kind of the reason I made it bigger than just, you know, the 16 tracks. I wanted to make it a little bit longer. That way, every time it goes around once, it just about has a tree ready to cut down. So it doesn't waste too much fuel, because it'll just keep going around and around whether there's trees ready to go or not. So there we go. Collecting wood and apples too. So the next step, I'll get I might just do this off camera between episodes, but what I'll do is I'll hook this up to maybe an ender chest, and then have it go into the sorting system, or I'll just run some tubing down underneath here, because right underneath this somewhere is where that fermenter is and stuff anyway. So I've got to decide how I want to do that, whether I want to do ender chest or what, but I'll probably do that between now and the next episode. But for now, I think we got some stuff going here. Do we get any saplings yet? Should be getting some pretty soon. I don't know why we're not getting any yet. Oh, I think I know the reason why. Hey, come back. Yeah, he is getting saplings, but these 3 slots have to fill up before he'll start dumping those out into his inventory. And until he does that, they won't come out into the cargo manager. And until that happens, they won't be in this chest. So, as you can see, though, 1 slot is almost full already. So in just a few minutes, it'll all be full, and we'll be collecting saplings. And I think it'll be collecting plenty of saplings for what we need. That fermenter's pretty fast, but you know, those engines are really efficient. It's just you know, when you're cutting trees down by hand, it takes a lot longer than what you realize to gather enough saplings. This thing is quick. That is totally awesome. And I've got to give credit where credit's due. I saw this first on Direwolf's channel, so go check out his videos and see his version of this. Pretty cool. I've seen it in other places too. It's a pretty popular method. The other method, of course, is forestry. Using a tree farm with the forestry tree farm. That made a lot of sense, didn't it? But that's a lot more work than this to me. And this is, I don't know, something cool about this. All right, guys. Well, Creeper decided to join me over there, so I'm backing away. And as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.